All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10. Hey.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the San Francisco 49ers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Look at this man's defense, bro.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Here we go, here we go. 15 runners, 15 runners. 54, and coming after you.
Play action. It's Moon. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Switch up. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Jackson, finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
First down, Los Angeles.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a handoff here to his running back. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Jackson now. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
This is Coleman, and he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
That's it for the season, bro.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 1st down, Means. And it's a
Let's go! No!
That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run on 1st down. Means. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Moon. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
Wow. Things you're hoping for when you run drag routes. You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They don't even use Melvin Gordon, bro.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
Now Gordon on first down. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I need this play right here, bro. I need this play right here.
To throw on 2nd down, Moon.
Let's freaking go. I needed that play. I needed that play.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
His foot is inside the end zone,
You
bro.
rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that?
He's
Pinning him
inside
down
the
at the
end zone.
1-yard
What the
line
hell?
and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. Short. 59 mark. Check, 59. I got you, boy.
Now it's Jackson. Rolling to his right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Play action. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. Man open. That's Deebo Samuel. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Ooh, Joey Bosa, bad man.
You ready? And we're going 37. Mike 37. Watch the pass.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And an alley to run. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Rip left.
Moon. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 50, check 50.
Moon to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets...
Let's go, boy, let's go, boy. Good job, Brooke. Good job, Brooke. Good job, Brooke.
Off near his own 48, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Here's Coleman on the draw. And an alley to run. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Jackson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done.
I got you, boy.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he's into the clear. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go
to the ball low. There's no way in hell he's going to catch the ball not being on the ground.
As this one's in
I
the
was
air.
holding L too, bro. Like, that's that bullcrap right
This
there,
is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now Jackson on first down. On the screen, this is Coleman. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Give them 32 on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
It's hauled in by Shepard. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Steps away to his left. Well, been caught by Rodgers. That catch good for 5. It's third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll run it with Coleman. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stopped him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Moon. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
go. Here we go. 15 on it. 15 on it. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Jackson on first down. This one complete to Coleman. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Jackson. That is incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Check.
On the draw play, Coleman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
But sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, 49ers. Lamar Jackson, 52 yards. And the 49ers get a score closer. Well, you want to talk about making... And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Check. Watch 54. Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th,
and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. William Jackson with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Chandler, the intended receiver. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space, but it's going to be 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Buying time to his left. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. They find some open field here. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. From 8 yards out, the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They will run again with Coleman. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage.